le tla fitisa ke ntho e bohlokwa ha ke le boe a o sokizanela motswalle wa ka o motjha. Hello Zanele, please introduce yourself. Nice. Hey. So, there's something about public speaking is that we are all afraid. We are afraid to speak. I'm afraid. I'm terrified by you. So is Zanele. But I find ways to break the ice. And I say this because I really want to invite you to also be free to understand Oromo, Rotochomana, Hauna Mutano Fita Omo, Hauna Mutana Holo Fita Omo, Mababa Mabuna, and I experience in Natanyana, Makadea have experience in Busho. Do we get that, kids? Yes. Kize, hauna odziba kufita hauna experience hayo kufita all our stories matter. You matter. The teacher matters. He matters. We all matter. And if we understand that we all matter, we will also understand that our stories are important, our experiences are important, no matter how little it is, because deep inside of her, deep inside of me, deep inside of Mr. Swarona, there's stuff that we've all experienced that matters to us. Sometimes we think we've never been given a chance to speak, which is why this medium of film is important. It is not just a tool. It is also part of a healing process. I'm going to say that again so that it sinks in. So, I built the film director. As if it all was our entertainment, as if it was our spirit, as if it was our star and celebrity, or as if it was our celebrity. So, when I did the little Korean last okay, we need to dig deep in ourselves to realize our purpose. And sometimes we are fortunate that our jobs allows us to fulfill our purpose as well. Mr. Skinalore, deep inside I'm a teacher. I was sharp. So teacher, how do more that we shall go teacher for our chunu, in future. Why do I say chunu? This is gonna feel a little bit like life skill guidance, but it's not. You'll see it, I'll bring back to films and what I do. So, a tool, it's things that you use for a certain job or task. Harafu, kitulus. Kuitukwala, kitulus. Because you use kwala to translate the thought inside of you. But sometimes it's not thought, sometimes it's feelings. How do you articulate? kwala mofatshe. Ha titjhera ba tla go bona a o botlhale kapa o tlhoka thuso, o e bona ka bane o kwetse mona ga wa kwala sentle mo le mo. So it's not just a pass or fail. It's like, how do I pass knowledge that will give this child a tool so that they can do something of their lives in the future? So I'll tell you a little bit about myself. So now I think I can own it. I never used to own it. So I'm a great filmmaker. I'm one of the best in the country. And I'm glad I am. And now I live in a village called Berea in Tjovitjo. I still do work in Johannesburg, but my intention is to do a lot of work in the villages and part my knowledge. Why do I do that? Because I feel like my purpose is beyond just being in the cities. I'm more excited to be here today than probably some of you are, because I feel that I'm going to share knowledge. So I've been doing this job of directing and producing film shows for at least 25 years. I've won several awards in South Africa, from the SAFTA to many other film festivals, including some of the international awards in Europe, in Asia, and not in America, but in South America as well. I'm a member of AMPAS. AMPAS is what is known as the Oscars. I'm one of the judges that judge at the Oscars, which is assumed as one of the highest accolades of filmmaking in the world. There's only 8,000 of us in the world, so I'm amongst those people. And I live in a village. Why is that important? Why do I want to mention that? It's because you must know that it doesn't matter where you are. You can be whatever you manifest, whatever you work hard for. It is my job to make you aware that you can be the best that you want to be. Because I am the best that I want to be. It has taken me 25 years or more to get here. And some people who see me on the surface level, they see me as a boy next door, or a father next door, or a grandpa next door. Because I am, but I'm also doing incredible things. 2 months ago I was in Burkina Faso. I was sent by our Minister of Arts and Culture to represent South Africa as a delegate, to understand what other people are doing in the world, so that we can give advice to our minister what they can do best. Some of the things that I learned there is the way they are so proud of themselves and the way they think that they. Which brings me to my talk today. And my talk is finding your own voice. You have to know who you are for you to be able to find your own voice. What is a voice? It's not in a literal sense, have a voice in the film language, a voice is content every demand. You talk one that's all. Look who the You, more than me, are much more important now, because you have to help us define who we are. South Africa is going through an evolution. Correct, on a diphetogo tse di ragalang. Diphetogo tse, part of it, o di tlhaloganya go batho. For example, mo Khuma mo, you've got dominance of Tswana-speaking people, you've got Basotho, you've got Xhosa people, and then Mogotamen Maemi. As you get mixed, as part of your culture is influenced by the others, you start defining a new culture. I decided to go and do a master's because I want to do a PhD at some point. But one of the things that I discovered in Kimberley, they've got this Lati language, which they mix all the languages, and that becomes the new form of language. How are you important and why films are important is what I'm saying. Because the film, they are supposed to it's not just for entertainment. Now, why is your voice important? Because your voice talks about your aspirations and your desires. Aspirations, it's all about desire, it's all dilakata. Ilwe, kima ditula aussi, kima ditula kima Enya. What is it that you love to see? Something that speaks to you. Anything. I'll see. Anything. I know you guys are just listening, but I'm going to put you in the spot so that you're focused. What would you like to see? You would like to see himself as a great representative. Why is that? What information would you like to share? Any information. There's no right or wrong. We are in conversation at all. Motivate what kind of motivation? I feel like he's a young self of Vincent Moloi. This is how I started. I'm going to tell you a very sad story. And it's very sad. It's still sad to me even today. When I was young, I wanted to be white. I hated the idea that I'm black. Because what I saw on TV was that white people are smart. White people are money. White people are clean. White people, white people, white people. And I realized I was brought up by a grandmother. And I was like, I don't want to suffer. I want to good life. We all want ching-ching, we all want good life. That thing was eating me inside, the fact that I'm black. But I realized that I was made to hate myself. And that made me a very depressed person. When you hate yourself, you can't shine. Other people can't see the beauty in you because of what I was watching. myself because of the kind of stories I get of my people. And then I thought, but my grandmother is a beautiful person. My grandmother was a domestic worker, was a caring person. I was like, but why don't I see the images of caring people on TV? Why am I not seeing the kind heart of my grandmother? Why the kind of black people I see on TV are criminals? Why are starving? There's no job. But in real life, the people that I'm interacting with show me love. And I said, I have to tell the stories of these people. And when I tell the story of my grandmother, I tell my story. That's the voice. I am not just telling my story. I'm now telling the story of many other people. Now, filmmaking is no longer just filmmaking. It's a tool. It's a tool I use to heal even myself. So I went out, just like you. I looked at what are the positive things. By the way, talking about the positive things doesn't mean you can't talk about the negative things. So you can always show the negative things. But you say, despite all of those negative things, this person is a champion. You must see me again and you are my go France. But now I'm proud, and I say it with pride because I know my experience matter and it has made me the person I am. So now I need you to tell me your story. I want you to hear your voice. In the next coming days, if some of you come here, I will slowly unpack filmmaking. That it's not just an entertainment tool. It's more than that. I've made a career out of it. I'm flying around the world. I'm able to pay for my bond. I'm able to live in the village. I'm able to come here. And sometimes I go through a hard time. I don't have the money. But I know in the big schemes of things, I'm better off than most other people. I'm well off. I'm fortunate. But that's a career. Now, my purpose. This is what my voice has managed to get me. Has managed to get me a decent car, has managed to get me a house, has managed to get me some cows, has managed to get me to fly around the world, But those things are just by the way. The important stuff is that I'm still able to tell the story of my people, why I do what I do. I am still able to tell the story of my people while I'm making a career out of it. And because it's not an imagined experience, I get it's stuff that I've lived. It's easy for me to write it because the source is personal experience. He wants to be a radio presenter, once he opens the mic, he's clear about his content. He's clear about his purpose. I am clear about my mind. I am clear about my purpose. And that's probably, I'm giving you a secret. I'm not the most talented director, producer in the country. Even though I've produced some of the most watched shows and award-winning shows here and abroad. But that's not what made me great. What made me great is that I was telling particular stories that were different from my peers, who were even more talented than me. But because my stories were authentic, they're thick. They've got complexities. Because there's no clear good, no clear bad, because as human beings, we are not straightforward. I do some good things, but I also sometimes do some bad things. As long as I'm aware, as long as I'm present, I'm able to change. When you tell stories like those, they speak to people from their core, and it makes you amazing in your writing. It's not how you write that makes you great. It's what you write that makes you great. You might miss some comma, you might mess up some grammar, but what you say is important. So I want you guys to think about your state more today. I want you to think what stops you from progressing. I want you to think, how do you think you can overcome what's stopping you to progress? And then I want you to paint a world that you want. So, when I was painter, I want you to think about your state. Quem se va a musificar? Quem se va a presentar musificar? And what is it that you want to reach? What's your dream? I've given you a method, right? Right? I said, I'm going to adopt you. Their status, right? But maybe. So it looks like I'm confident, but I'm also shy. I'm also terrified by the idea. But it's through years and years of talking about it until you get to you have to start walking, you crawl, and then you try to walk, and then you fall, and you fall. After some time, you learn how to balance. After some time, you learn that, oh, you can walk. After some time, you feel like you're an expert. You start running because you're used to it. But you can still fall, even when you're not an expert. So, the learning does not stop. Being shy is part of us and most of us. And I can explain why mostly we are shy of learning. There's many other reasons, but in this case, I want you to know that being shy is not who you are. You can change it. We're never going to know what your aspiration and your ambition are if you don't talk about it. So you have to learn to walk. You have to learn to talk. And you'll be surprised that when you talk, nothing's going to happen to you. Even if didn't say it properly, it's still fine. But you've said what's in here. That's what is important. Sis, it's important that you must say what's inside, because through your voice we'll be able to probably help you, but also you can help yourself and be independent. So now, talking about shyness, there's a major, as she was saying, she's like, I am shy. I started seeing it. Oh, she's shy. But it wasn't there in my head. I didn't see it. If she tells me that I'm friendly, I'll start seeing the friendliness. So all I'm saying is that you manifest. So and then you become. One of the things that I do is to tell myself that I'm great. Then I realize I perform better because of what I'm doing. So in telling films, part of telling stories is that you're going to have to tell them. So you can't afford to be shy. If you are shy, you have to overcome it. And now part of my exercise to show you how to shy, there's nothing that's going to happen to you. You're going to be okay. Yeah? You're the second person.
Then I thought that to be a teacher was super big, because I can't skip that one because I didn't really try. So I just teach.
Well done. While talking about a teacher, the film industry does not just have directors and producers. We also need people who understand education. So if you are a teacher, if you've got an aspiration of teaching, you can also do it through film and TV. You can be a writer, you can be a researcher. There's whole lots of careers within the TV industry. There's also developmental officers in the film industry. So the beautiful thing about teaching is that it opens up to systems of the world and how you impart knowledge, and which is what we do. We are just using different tools to do that. Would you like it?
Yes.
Now, to reward these guys, let's have that little and we know about you, right? So I will reward you. I'm broke, but I'll buy you a drink, and I'll buy you a drink. Mazet, I'll also buy you a drink. So 10 rand, 10 rand, 10 rand. So that was an easy 10 rand. How's now, man? Oh, I'm sure I can not go to say things. But if I can and we get the contact with him, I'd like to mentor him. Sometimes I'd like him to come on set when we shoot. So, there's something that resonated with him, with me and him. I felt I saw my younger self. And I thought, if my younger self had a mentor, my younger self would be an amazing person, bigger than what I had. So I'd like to extend that to him. And also because I feel it's my purpose to give back, and I'd like to do that with him. And hopefully that would spread. So this is what you get, ladies and gentlemen. How you get opportunities when you're not shy, but also when you are honest about your feelings. I saw him trying to express what he was feeling inside, and I thought it's well unpacked. Now, in closing, I had a presentation which I was going to show you videos of what I do, but we are going to have other sessions in the coming days. However, I want to say filmmaking is just a tool. What is more important than filmmaking is what you say, because it will separate you from the rest of the other people. That's the most important message I want you guys to take away. Directing, it's something that I do easy, and I'll demonstrate it to you what it is. For those who don't understand, row A, and row A, D, and then row A, C, and row A, D. Yes. Okay, I'm going to repeat it again. Little Roma. A. Roma. C. You see. Kiazana, and then you see. And then A. D. Okay. So, as a director, you have to give people information, which is important. So I've just given you one information. Now I'm going to give you the next information. No. When I do this, I want you guys to say your number or your alphabet. Now I need you to say it all at the same time. Good. Nice. You see that? That's an N. You must be perfect. It has to sound. Okay, so here we go. Ale. On TV, this guy called the director does exactly this. He directs people, so there's a certain outcome. He gives them instructions on certain outcome. Whether it's new music or performance or camera work and so on. He has to be able to give vision. The visions that I wanted to do is sound. My aims that I wanted you guys to see. Now as a director, I have to be able to translate what's in my head to what's in my heart to you so that you are able to do it good. If you are not able to do it good, I have to do it again. And at the end, I must have this product. Simply, that's directing. You must have a vision. You must have the patience. You must have the knowledge, the skill. And the outcome, I wanted you guys to be joyful. But at the same time, I was breaking their hearts. I'm basically demystifying the idea of what a director does. It's basically a conductor of live action with the actors. To a point that people get it. So I get an A, get a B, get a C, get a D, get a D, get a C, get a B, get an A. Or what I get to the B. So I want you to do the same, but it has to be in my head.